Back of the Bus Podcast coming to you with another comic book review. As always, we got my brother E.O. Butler.
What's
I ain't
up?
saying,
What's
I'm
good?
just saying.
Popping, cracking, percolating really good in the hood. Y'all know how I get down. X-Men Red.
Absolutely, absolutely. Issue number 12. Things are heating up on Krakoa for multiple books, which makes me optimistic for Fall of X. I was kind of like, what is this? Don't put them back into school. Let the mutants have nice things. But there is a lot of intriguing plot lines that are currently going on right now, and they are being ushered in by, I think, the two most faithful stewards in the X office right now, in Kieran Gillen and Al Ewing. So we'll start out with Al's book first, with X-Men Red. Basically, we start out giving the backstory to what John Ironfire was trying to tell us at the end of issue 11, and everything that broke down, with Genesis and the Helm, the Annihilation Helm, and Apocalypse. So apparently, when Santorini changed the Helm into a staff, Santorini don't give nothing for a gift, for real, right? She's super petty. She the only reason why we got 25, 30 issues, some odd of Betsy Braddock, Captain Britain, right? The only reason why we got that is because of Santorini. Petty as hell. Made us sit through all of that. Made us sit through 30 issues of Teenie Howard, Captain Britain. Right?
So, she cold-blooded. As Rick James used to say, cold-blooded.
That was cold-blooded.
In any case, apparently, even in its staff form, surprise, surprise, it's probably even more corrosive, and somehow made its way back to Genesis. I don't think they're very clear on what happened with the kids or Apocalypse. We see the kids at some point in here, but they don't tell how Apocalypse lost control of the staff.
No,
right?
It don't. Last we saw, Apocalypse had the mask on. He put the helmet on.
So he put it on, then Santorini turned it into a staff, which was supposed to be more controllable. It wasn't supposed to be as pervasive or corrosive, but obviously something didn't happen where Genesis has got it back. So at the first couple pages of the book, Ironfire is letting the White Sword know that Genesis is coming, you know what I mean? And he's preparing to send John Ironfire away. I'm going to be his last envoy to Rocco to let them know what's coming. Interesting enough to me is that if I felt like maybe the White Sword would be able to resist the pull of the Nihilist Helm, but they don't even really have to fight before Genesis is basically bringing him to bended knee. I thought that was a little interesting because I felt like dude that can raise a 100-man army from the dead maybe has a little bit more resistance, but having him on Genesis side is bad news. It's bad news for sure.
See, I know and I don't know because he's an honorable warrior. Because I remember that fight that he had with Gorgon. Right. I remember the fight that he had with him and how he treated him, and then how he's treating John Ironfire right now in regards to, hey, you was the first one, and I'm finna release you. He is someone with honor. So the way the last issue played out, when he was like, the White Sword has fallen, I thought Buddy had bit the farm.
I did too.
I was like, oh, he out of here. But then when it was like, okay, the way he talks to her in the book, and we'll get to the passages later on, the way he talks to her is almost like he's like, you know what? I'm not gonna let you kill my people. I'm not here for that. Because when Pestilence comes in, he cures one of his people.
He heals them, right? I'm like, yeah, that's why I'm tracking the way you tracking. Because right, so if you're able to heal somebody from that poison, you would think it would have to be some sort of willingness to give in to it, right? Maybe to protect everybody.
I mean, levels to it, so it might not be where he would be able to overcome the influence of annihilation in and of itself. Remember, he said, "Don't even speak it. Like, don't even mention that. To even mention it is to just act for you to be tainted by it. So don't even say that around here." So I'm thinking he knows what he's capable of. he did send John away for a reason with the white sword. So he may be playing a long game because even when he talked to her, he gets slick with it. He say, "Hey, I wouldn't use your tactics." And she's like, "Oh, that's how you gonna talk to me?" So I'm with you in regards to, because it's almost like he surrendered. But is it a surrender if I'm doing it for a reason?
Yeah, I mean,
Am I?
he showed up without the sword.
Yeah,
She straight up says it to him. So the general in ivory comes to the battle with bare hands. Where is your namesake, General? Where's the white sword? Damn, we came for smoke. We won't smoke.
yeah. And I appreciate you showing up to my doorstep wanting all the smoke. I don't know what you thought was happening. I thought maybe you thought we was just gonna hide up in the house and everything like that and wait for you to come in. Like, no, no, no. That ain't what we're gonna do. We just gonna come out here. We know we don't really stand a chance and everything. So why you want some smoke, you not gonna get it. You not. And I think that probably what pissed off more than anything else in the world. When you want to fight somebody, you get mad when they say, "No, you got it. I want to beat your ass." No, you won.
But you know what? So maybe they give up a little bit in the dialogue here as to why this went down like this. So
Mm-hmm.
right after the note where you said where he kind of insults her, right? She goes, "Then the time has finally come for you to acknowledge my rule. Araku calls you general, and I will not take no for an answer." Is this a political play? Is this a political play? Because I mean, if you got the annihilation wave, you don't really need to be political or diplomatic. You don't really need to ask for anything. You just show up and take everything.
But he had something that she wanted. She
The
wanted that
sword,
white sword,
the
and he's
white
like,
sword. Yeah.
"You can have
But
me."
then why not kill him after she finds out he doesn't have it,
Well,
or has presumably sit it away or hid it?
what we cannot say is that she lacks hubris. She's very arrogant and everything like that. Because I'm like, okay, well, I don't know why you wouldn't want to kill the dude that control 100 troops. Like, let me just
It can
pause.
revive them at will.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like, why is that not what you want to do? Because and understand the 100 that he got, 99, because he sent one of them away.
Yeah.
They some bad mofos in and of themselves. Like, let's just pause right there. Because we saw what Gorgon was going through. What he went through? 10, 20?
Yeah, he went through a few of them.
And then he was like, "I ain't even got no more left in me." Yeah, you ain't got no more. And think about this. If they said John was the first one to fall, so John would have been the last one you would have seen. That's tough.
Yeah.
Because I'm thinking when the white sword has you fight his 100 warriors, you fight them in the order in which the last one got killed. We start
That'll be a way. So if you die first, you get to go in last in the next battle.
You the boss. It's boss battle to this.
We see that Genesis has assumed her place on the throne. She is flanked by her children. No apocalypse. Early theories. What do you think happened?
Well, she's the big bad. She's clearly, because she talk a gang of trash, so she's clearly a villain in this one. I don't think we've gotten to see enough of Apocalypse as a good character, a good guy per se, for it to warrant him doing another character change. He gotta be somewhere off biding his time if she hadn't done something to him. I don't believe he's killed off, but I believe he's probably somewhere wounded, biding his time until he can get strong. He'll probably come back, because this is the fall of X that we're leading up to, right? Apocalypse. He got to come back. So he either biding his time somewhere, playing the long game, or that's got to be it. No, I ain't got nothing else but that one. He can't be dead. He can't. And I don't believe he's back in the building.
Yeah, I think because if you remember, pre-Ten of Swords, Apocalypse had to split the island in two, right? Morocco went asunder, got eaten up, right? Went to the demon world, Ameth. They had to stay in perpetuity. While they were there, they had to fight a millennia-long war against whoever was wearing the Annihilation Helm the first time. I don't think they ever really explained who the first person to wear that helm was. They just said that Genesis eventually defeated her and took the helm over. But in any case, so 100 more years pass by, and then all of a sudden, what's the name? Apocalypse finds a way to get them out of Amos, right? So like they were already used to warring, unending war. That was them. I'm trying to think of Apocalypse coming fresh out of Krakoa. Now he has the staff. Well, he's definitely not Reaving. He's definitely not Reaving and raving all over the lands. He's definitely not looking for active aggression. He wanted to bring peace to them people. I don't think Genesis, Death, Petulance, all of them. I don't think that's what they was on.
No, I don't believe so either. That's why. So you think she killed him?
Killed him, imprisoned him. Somehow she had to get it off of him.
That's why I said.
And remember what they did to Homeboy right before you take it. Remember what they did to what's Wolverine's nemesis, dude with the adamantium skin,
Cyber, blue, and everything. I like blue jumpsuit. Yeah, Cyber. Yeah.
Okay,
Cyber.
So that dude, he got imprisoned for hundreds of years because he stole old girl's husband. The firehead. I can't. Who was that?
Yeah, they don't name it. That's okay. We know who we talking about though.
But yeah. Old girl's husband got taken by dude because he's able to make people fall in love with him, and he stole her husband, and they imprisoned him for forever. So is that where Apocalypse is? Is he imprisoned because you doing too much softy talk? We're a war country.
He could be, like I said, man. I think he's somewhere licking his wounds. I don't think he's dead, and I don't think he's doing a character change per se. I think he's somewhere licking his wounds.
Yeah.
I think he's somewhere licking his wounds. That would make sense to me because you're not finna do that with this dude, and we ain't seen him be a good guy yet. Like we have not seen that turn.
Yeah.
Enough to appreciate it.
Quick little debate on the Rocco. We've got the Night Seats. We've got Core of the Burning Heart. We've got Storm is obviously there, Richard Rider. And we're all kind of discussing how to move forward. An argument breaks out between Ironfire and Fisher King. Fisher King about to throw down. I just want to see him do something. I want to see how he fights. I want to know why he's so feared, so respected. Just give me a glimpse, Al. Show me.
Can I say this? I understood what he was telling John Ironheart. I do. When he broke it down to Storm, and he said, "Listen, I just get frustrated by the fact that I'm looking at the dude getting ready to make the same damn mistakes I made." I said, "Ooh." I said, "That's not an older person." I got that. Any older person that cares about people, cares about younger people, cares about the younger generation, we totally get that sentiment all day, every day, twice on Sunday. Like, and that's what causes us to lose our patience. The person we talking to remind us about the God almighty. So great writing once again, like just to put something like that in there is relatable.
So the next thing that is about to happen is interesting to me because there's something going on in the X-Men book that is kind of looping all this together. All right, so if you're up to date on X-Men, if you're not, fast forward this, I guess, or just click off the video now because we're about done with this book at least. The latest issue of X-Men, X-Men 22, Gary Duggan. Karima, the Super Sentinel, enlisted, if you think all the way back, you remember horticulture? Mm-hmm. The three old women that found a way to get into the gates, and they was robbing the Krakoan plants from the farms in the Savage Lands.
Right.
Okay. So Karima meets up with her outside the X-Men's treehouse in the middle of New York and gets the research for how they were able to move through the gates. Right? All of a sudden, as we look, there's a new gate growing on Araco, and none other than Miss Genesis steps right through it. And we see that a certain somebody who has an association with Orcus is the one who assisted her in doing that. Now, Marianne Stern is a lot of things, but I don't think she's very technologically advanced. I don't think she can take someone else's research, put it together, and find a Krakoan gate that works to Amyth, right? To and from. So, I think that this is just kind of laying the pieces to get us through Hellfire Gala and on to Fall of X, trying to tie all of this stuff together. It's honestly been the most cohesive it's been in a while, I would say. So that's a good sign. That's definitely a good thing, because what's happening here connects with what's happening in X-Men, and surely will somehow wrap around into what's happening in Immortal X-Men for sure at some point.
Old girl she's not even sure how she showed up on Araco. Cause she's like, an evolution of mutant technology. She's like, the entrails, and you're arriving at this place in time, but I wasn't expecting this method. You're like, man, the secrets, the mind. You asking way too many questions. What I do is what I do. Don't ask me how I get around. How I get around is like Tupac. I get around.
Just say thank you. Just say thank you. So they're talking about the protocol Orson, right at the end on this data page. Basically, they've gotten to the point where they understand that mutant ascendancy or mutant supremacy on Earth is all but a certainty. You know, it's just kind of a question of how long it's going to take at this point. So they have a contingency plan for that eventuality. Kind of like a break glass in case of emergency. And their idea is to enlist the mutant horde from another dimension who you previously really almost lost the world to, if not for the X-Men. But invite them back to interrupt this whole thing that's going on with the X-Men. So now they've got two ways that they could potentially play out in their, in their estimation, by their calculations. There are two ways I can see the Martian Gambit progressing from here. The first is that Genesis finds herself very impressed with Monroe's expert leadership, meaning Aurora Monroe, because now she's the former regent but de facto leader on Araco, right? She completely understands why the living island of Araco was yanked through space from an Earth it could easily have conquered and then put in a coma by a mad Eternal. And she's completely fine and fully half of a Kree population being scattered to the winds of space as mercenary trash when they could be united under the command. That all sounds very unlikely. That's one scenario. If it comes to pass, we've said a succeeding in the distract. We've succeed. Ugh. That's one scenario. If it comes to pass, we've at least succeeded in distracting Araco and Storm with internal politics. The other scenario, of course, is the one we want. Because if Genesis isn't impressed, that's a mutant civil war right on your doorstep. Okay. When that civil war is over, do you think that you're gonna be safe?
You scared to even be in Genesis' presence right now.
Bruh. Your way of trying to shut this down was just to throw a grenade in the room, basically.
Wasn't well thought of at all. And I'm going to tell you why. So, I like it. It seemed good on the outside looking in. You have two mutant factions go to war with each other. Here's the problem with that one. You're not sending Genesis after Krakoa. You're sending Genesis after Mars. Well, that planet has just been through some stuff. They've since adjusted their way of thinking. So ideologically speaking, they're no longer warriors, which we actually, they allude to in this book. They're no longer warriors as much as they are, as the Fisher King alludes to, survivors. So that would be wholesale slaughter. Once Genesis does that, you can't take her down. every mutant she's bringing with her is an Omega level mutant. So once they slaughter the mutants on Oraco who've changed their way of thinking, what are the humans gonna do against an
It sounds
army?
like a terrible plan. It sounds like an
Yeah,
awful plan.
yeah, horrible, horrible.
Sounds worse even than creating a Nimrod, which would eventually, wipe out the human race you were planning on saving with it. That sounds like an even worse idea. But all in all, great book. Like where we're going. Love where we're going, actually. A lot of callbacks to stuff that happened in Hickman's X-Men. It was stuff from obviously, what was the sword? Got referenced in here. The last event, obviously, Sins of Sinister played a huge role. A lot of callbacks. Of callbacks in this book, man. I'm pleasantly surprised with where we're at with X-Men comics going into this this fall event that they got going on. I just really hope it's not a reset to the point that now the baseline for the mutants that's been established, Resurrection, the Island, those kind of things, is no more. Like, don't send them back to the Stone Age. I don't want to go back to the school. That is not what got me interested in X-Men, to be honest with you. So, yeah, keep it going, keep this train rolling. What do you think?
I can't lie. As I said before, I thank you for getting me back into doing it. Now I'm doing comic book reviews and everything like that. I really want to say, what titles have we read that really? Well, I'm almost. I don't want to do that because okay. So Bishop's War College. Because somebody said that was straight fire, and I'm waiting on the fire to begin.
To be fair, I think I'm only on issue 3 right now. So let's maybe it's some stuff lingering in there that I haven't picked up on yet.
I'm hoping. I'm hoping. We got to get caught up on it and everything like that. 3, 4, and 5. I'm hoping that got some good stuff. But we don't really. Photon was But have we really read a bad comic? Yeah, we have. Yeah, we have. Because it was the one that you didn't finish. You didn't even finish it with. That was messed up.
Yeah.
Because that was messed up. You left me out there by mistake. That was
you ain't had to do that. You chose to do that. You put yourself through that. I let you know what I was about to do. Okay? I already knew what time it was. I said, oh, no, not today.
You know what? Reading it though makes you, I'm going to tell you, reading that run and then reading everybody else's run, it allows you to put things into perspective. And it allows you to see things from I just from an open mindset. Like, I got all this knowledge in front of me. So did you. Why you didn't use it? But that's another conversation. You said we could talk about that. We ain't gonna do that. We got comic books to review, man. X-Men Red. We just nice comment. Y'all go
pick it up. Come back. Tell us what you thought. Put it in the comments below. Make sure you like, share, and subscribe. Come back. Yeah, definitely next week. We'll definitely have some more comic book content up for you.